Hello everyone. So today I will be conducting a video that will demonstrate how to do the final lesson of my rites of passage unit. So the rites of passage will consist of three different phases, and in the unit will consist of three different lessons, and they will be titled separation, transition, and incorporation. So we will be doing the incorporation art activity of my unit plan. And just to briefly go over the three units or the three lessons of my unit is separation and the rites of passage can basically you being separated from your comfort zone. So you are entering into the world or into a new phase in your life. So for example, that could be your first day of school. You're leaving being at home with your parents, you're going to a new school and seeing new faces, and you have to make new friends. So that is your separation from your comfort. In the transition phase, you are basically figuring out a way to get to your final phase, the incorporation phase. So, example, basically, after you finish high school, you're graduating, or after you finish college, you're graduating, or even graduating from kindergarten. So, it's like a of movement because even though you graduate, you still have something after that you need to accomplish. So, for second graders, basically, they're going to be reflecting on the time that they graduated kindergarten and how did it feel and what did they have to do next to get to the next grade or um, basically just get to the next phase in their life. So, for incorporation, that is basically you finally done everything that you needed in your transition phase to be inducted into this new role. It can be in society, it can be in life in general, it can be anything that you are trying to accomplish. So, when you kind of look up examples of incorporation, it always leads back to marriage because when you're engaged, you are in your transition phase. You are trying to become a wife or a husband or a partner. And because I am teaching second grade, I don't want to really use that because I highly doubt that they're thinking about getting married anytime soon. So I basically wanted to do a dream job activity, and the dream job will just be a puzzle piece, and that puzzle piece will be placed on the floor by all of their peers once they draw out their dream job and they can all see their induction into society once they kind of get to that future step in life. So basically, the transition phase is them conducting interviews and saying, what do I need to do to get to that phase? So I will already have cardboard pieces cut out for students in the shape of a puzzle. So this is just kind of something I'm showing you guys. So we can say the puzzle piece may look like this. All right, so it's not the best puzzle piece, but it's something. And I was just doing this with a regular Sharpie. So the materials that I decided to use, which the students will be able to use whatever materials they want. It could be paint, color pencils, it can be black and white if they choose, but I will be using markers, and they have a double tip, so it will be a regular tip or an watercolor tip, and I got these from Michaels. So basically, my dream job is not only to be a teacher, but to own my own art museum. So I basically want artists of all kinds to be known before it's too late, because usually when we learn about artists, we read about them in history books and they have passed. So I kind of want something where everyone can enjoy art and basically enjoy the fact that they're appreciated before they are gone. And so I am just going to be drawing me owning my own art museum. So let's get this going. So just to show you guys the different tips that the pens or the markers may have, I'm using brown right now. So you have two different ways you can draw with these. But this is kind of my favorite just because it's able to, you know, I guess ink well. And now I am using red only because it is my favorite color. I know the lighting looks terrible, so it kind of looks orange, but it is red. So it's like I'm having a red business suit, you can say. And I think it's also fun for students to look at their process, and towards the end of the lesson they can really see what they want to be. They can see that anything is kind of possible and they'll be able to accomplish it. So I thought this was a good way for students to visualize that. Okay, that's just the outline, so you know these are the back of my clothes. Here's my hair. Draw some hands, and now I'm using just like the regular tip. And just kind of to explore the different colors that I have. I'll be using blue now. So this is kind of like my little art museum building. Haven't really thought about what it might look like on the inside, well, on the outside, but I've definitely thought about the inside and the rooms that I want, and just different things that people can view as they come visit around the world, hopefully. Grabbing green. And although second graders, I'm not really sure if they have learned about the vanishing point. I'm just kind of showing you guys what the puzzle piece might look like towards the end of the lesson and kind of the end of the unit. Some like bushes or something. Kind of have like an overpass. Not an overpass, but like overlapping. Okay. Now I'm getting light blue since the dark blue is kind of too dark for the wood. Kind of looks black, so I want you guys to see all the different colors. Here's my Sharpie again. And I'm not really sure if in the future I want glass windows. Of course, the whole museum won't be of glass because I think you still need to pay to come see my artwork, but they will be able to look out sometimes, so that'll be cool. right? And it just says Sallier Art. So that is going to be the name of my museum, maybe. Still kind of deciding on that. But again, this is just for demonstration purposes. I might just put some birds there. So yeah, so basically, towards the end of the lesson, students will be able to present their puzzle piece to the class and kind of just answer the questions of what they drew, why did they draw it, and that's kind of like my assessment because I want to see if students understand the lesson and understand the incorporation phase and what it takes to get to that phase. So they will have to describe what did they do or answer throughout their interview, and is that enough to get to this next phase in their life, and is that enough to get to their dream job. So again, if students want to become a superhero, they would draw a superhero on their puzzle piece, and they would basically say, okay, well, it takes X, Y, and Z to become a superhero. And that's how I know that students have learned or understood and can grasp the concept of their different phases of rites of passage. So that is basically all, and thank you for watching.